Alright, guys. How's everybody doing? I like my cowboy hat. I had to get one. I've always wanted one. Never could afford one. Um, now I'm going for. I want to go for it. This is actually, believe it or not, it helps me protect my head and stuff. All right. My name is Daryl Phillips, um, owner of Noir Apologia Gaming, and what we do here is listen to you talk. But tonight I'm going to be talking about some things that are really heavy. All right, they're not good. There's good news and there's bad news. But I would be remiss and wrong for not making sure I kept you guys informed of what's going on in the world right now. And if you guys are not aware, there is this country right now, the United States. If you watch it from, well, the world really. So even if you're watching from another country, this world is divided so deeply. It's not a division. You know, everybody makes it out to be politics. Yes, it is politics, but in reality, it's good and evil. There is people that truly want to harm people that are of a certain viewpoint. And what I'm going to do tonight is discuss some of the things that are going on. Some of the things are scary. And there's a lot of people that their reaction to this stuff is to hide, to not just change the channel from the news. Don't do that. Now, don't just believe the news either. You want to, um, I guess, you want to pay attention to news, but you want to look at the information yourself. Okay? There's riots in some of these cities, depending on what city you live in. There is just animosity. There's this tension in the air, and I know you guys have felt this too. There's this tension in the air where people want to get violent. They don't want to discuss anything. And ever since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, it like snapped people awake. And there's a good thing and bad thing that has happened. It has revealed the true nature of our enemy. And it has also revealed that there are a lot more good people than we even thought there were. That people that thought they could stay out of all of this, can't. All right, because good people don't allow other good people to get hurt. That's just the way that works. You're not gonna watch someone get the crap beat out of them by a bunch of people and watch them maybe get killed. That's on your conscience. The problem is a lot of these people that do this stuff, they have no God. The statistics say that a lot of them are atheists. They are not religious. And when you do not have a moral compass, this is what happens. This is what communism does, and that's what it's about. Communists don't like religion. So let's first do this, okay? I got my little notes here. So what is going on? First of all, we've got Donald Trump, who's having to send the military in to protect federal buildings so that ICE can do their jobs. Now, for you people that have a problem with ICE, they are following the law. Okay? Joe Biden allowed 20 million, is the last estimate I heard, 20 million illegal aliens in here. And many of them are criminals, terrorists. They just had to deport somebody that was involved in the October 7th massacre in Jerusalem. Like, there's people like that here. I don't care if anybody ever watches this channel again, if you are a person who thinks it's okay to hurt somebody because they are following the law, I have nothing for you. You can leave immediately. Because that's not what I teach you. That's not what Dwan was about. I've told this story before. So, during the time of the revolution, before it kind of popped off, you know, Samuel Adams, John Adams' cousin, he was the head of what do they call them? The brothers of, what were they called? Brothers of Independence or something like that. And they were the main culprits that were involved in the Boston Massacre. All right? And what they did was basically what you see in Portland. They were throwing stones. They were throwing stuff at the British soldiers and trying to antagonize them because the heat was so palpable that there was so much animosity towards the British that Samuel Adams thought, okay, well, if we can get them to shoot us, we can have a reason to start fighting. Okay? And that's what happened. They set these British soldiers up. They were in the wrong, period. In fact, John Adams was the one who defended the British soldiers and got them off. Okay? But there was a moment not long after. Keep in mind that John Adams was, it's not that he was against Samuel Adams in his thought process that we should have the rights of Englishmen, because people don't understand this. We fought for the rights of an Englishman. At first, it wasn't about having our own country, but we realized that they were not listening. Now, understand that, all right? So John Adams was sympathetic to Samuel Adams. And they definitely were against slavery and things. The Adams family, John Adams, Samuel Adams, John Adams' children, they were all abolitionists. In fact, John Quincy Adams was the one who taught Abraham Lincoln. They were all lawyers, a lot of them, most of them. Now, John Adams did have one son that was a reprobate. He was a drunk, disowned him and stuff. But there was a moment not long after the Boston Massacre. And by the way, John Adams risked everything for that. They were so mad at John Adams in Boston that he didn't get work. It almost ruined his career. And but he was also seen as a level-headed man then. So even though they didn't like the decision that he defended them, many didn't. That's why he became a spokesperson during with the Continental Congress and things. Okay? So you guys got that so far? But there was a moment, not long after the Boston Massacre, where they're watching a guy, and I've told this story before, but listen to it from this context, from what's going on now. Where a man was pulled off a British ship. He was tarred and feathered right there on the spot. He was just doing his job, guarding the tea shipment and being on the ship, being the captain of the ship. They tarred and feathered the man. And it's an awful thing. Being tarred and feathered is not funny. That's an awful way to die. It's torture. Okay? Y'all got that so far? But they're standing there, John Adams and Samuel Adams are watching this event happen. And John looks at Samuel and he says, "Samuel, Is this what you want? This is what you want? You want a country like this? And Samuel was just as thrown aback by this incident as John was. But it got Samuel to wake up that this cannot be the way. That kind of thing cannot be the way. We cannot start fights with people, asking them to hit us so that we have a reason to start war. But that's what they want. Now I want you to remember that. The left wants war. They are doing everything they can to goad us, to poke us, to hurt us, to take things from us. They're going to do everything. Okay, that's what they did. And John looks at Samuel and says, Samuel, we have to be a nation of laws. Y'all, we have to be a nation of laws. Do you understand? And if you don't, leave my channel right now. Because I don't teach that. What I'm going to teach tonight, and I'm going to continue to teach, is then what's the solution, Daryl? No, you don't let someone hit you. Yes, you have a right to defend yourself. But you need to understand who we're fighting, and that it's not a physical thing. It's really not. It's going to take knowledge of God, knowledge of yourself, knowledge of the Bible. So here's some things that are going on recently. Now, y'all know about Charlie Kirk's death. And if you don't, Charlie Kirk was a great man. He's going to have statues. And he got shot because he spoke. That's what you're going to risk. That's what you risk. When you speak up the truth, that's what Christians risked for 3 centuries before it was approved by Rome. And I sit here in my chair and I think about, I lost my friend Dwan. And how would I honor him? If he was here, what would I say to him? Well, he fought the good fight too. He loved when I spoke about the Bible. And I've been meaning to start that new channel. And I will. I'm going to. But that's part of it. You need to understand how God thinks about these things. Not everything's about you. No offense. But there are some scary things going on. And if you live in certain cities, there's some really scary things. Some of those people, I feel sorry for people in Portland or Chicago or LA where they don't allow the police to do their job. And their families are threatened. I'm going to predict this. Within this month, someone that is of authority is going to get killed. They are. That's what they want. Even the Congress and the Senate, the Democrats in that. The problem is, every time you say the word Democrat or Republican, people automatically go, "Oh, this is about politics." It's not about politics, man. I'm sorry that they use their own political platform to teach evil. But so yes, I have to talk about the Democrats and the Republicans. Are the Republicans perfect? Of course not. Is Trump perfect? Of course not. Let me tell you what Trump is not. Evil. He's trying to do the best he can. He's not a politician. People forget that. I don't care about your opinion of Donald Trump. I don't care about your opinion of Republicans. I do care about you and your soul. What decisions are you making? All right? So, what I want to do, I want to try to discuss a couple things that's going on. And I also want you to understand the risks. There are severe risks. But you can't run forever. This is the last bastion of hope for the whole world, this country. This used to be the place people come to. Now people come to because they want to destroy it from other countries. If this country falls, the world has nowhere else to go. So you say, well, ICE is abusing illegal aliens. No, they're not. Some of these things that these people are accused of are evil beyond belief. Murder, rape, child rape. It's awful to think about that 20 million people came in here, just came in here, were allowed to come in here, and some of these people are evil. Not everybody. By the way, I'm talking about illegal aliens, not immigration. Legal immigration is good, the right way. But it's not just about illegal aliens. It's about what they're doing to our law enforcement officers. Look, man, let me tell you a secret. I have never been a fan of law enforcement. I'm a baby child, and I don't like authority. It's just my personality. What they're doing right now, these people that are attacking, spitting on them, pouring urine on them. Do you like to be peed on? Called all sorts of nasty names. But ever since Charlie Kirk's death, people like Charlie Kirk that want to learn, that want that have a love for knowledge, like I do. They've risen up, and there's been so many chapters of Turning Point. That's his company, that's his organization that helped educate college kids and teach them the truth. And do you know what his evil racist message was? His evil racist message was, go start a family, get a wife, speak the truth, get religion. What an evil man. He got shot for it. People don't like the truth. The truth has 2 reactions, not 3. There is no gray area. The truth, you either accept it or you reject it. It's the way that you reject it is where you're going to have a problem with me. If your idea of rejecting it is by telling me to shut my mouth, I want you to make me. That's where you have to be. And that's where I am. That's where Sophia is. Many of my friends are. You're not going to force Lori to talk or to stop talking. Trust me, she doesn't stop talking. Sorry, Lori. Lori's probably on here now. We talk. Lori just told me the other day she misses our conversations because I used to sit out there with her. The reason why it's so important to communicate and talk is because you can't possibly know what is in a man's mind or a woman's mind by just looking at them. You have to get the information across, and you have to be a team, especially if it is your loved one, if it's your husband or your wife. Me and Sophia are a great team. Me and Sophia Dwan were even a stronger team. And Lori's been at it, and Tanya's been at it. Why are we a good team? Because we talk. Because we communicate. Love, I told you, love is not a feeling. Love is an action. I would be a liar to say I love you if I don't show it. But it does cause animosity. It causes anxiety. You're going to lose things. The founding fathers, so many of them, it wasn't just their lives that were in danger. Yeah, that was in danger, sure. But they lost their livelihoods. They lost their families. Many of them were literally cut off from their British counterparts, their family, and the family never talked to them again. We have some of the founding fathers that are descendants from royalty, but they got cut off. They risked everything. People like Charlie Kirk risked everything. Me and Juwan, we always knew the fight would come at some point. We knew that the fight would be strong and it would be harsh. But we've run out of time. I can no longer be subtle about these things. I was trying to be, and now it's too late. I do think that soon enough there's going to be something to happen, and we are going to be in another civil war. That is what I believe. I was praying to God that with Donald Trump's election, that we would not be there, but we are going there. That's where they want to go. They will not have anything but it. You know what? I found out something. I didn't even know this, because I had just started this business in 2020. I was trying to figure out how to do this. But in 2020, did you know that, I can't remember what the name of the place is, what they named it. But did you know that there's a part of Oregon that tried to secede from the United States? They claim themselves another state. Portland is run by Antifa. Do not believe what you're listening to on the news. Those people are liars. Antifa is real. Antifa, it's run by billionaires. And they're very smartly run. They've been run for a long time like that. It is made to be like it is. They don't want to be caught. But they're getting caught now, because someone's actually doing investigating and following the money. Evil is here. And that scares folks. I don't like to talk about this. I would rather talk about something happy. But I don't want any of you to get hurt. So let's understand the risks real quick. If you are in a city where some of these riots are happening, and you choose to go to one of these events, understand, if you're conservative, they will hurt you. Not talk to you rudely. They will hurt you. You prepared for that? If you're not prepared for that, probably don't go. Because if you're not prepared for battle in that way, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want you to talk. They blew out Charlie Kirk's throat. Do you think it was an accident? That's where he aimed? It was a message. But there is hope. There is hope. We together we can educate one another. We can, by me getting on here and you guys talking to me back, it helps me keep educated. Maybe there's something like, I don't live where you live. I'm not with you. You tell me, you can inform me about something maybe you see or whatever it is. But more importantly, it's spiritually. We can revive one another. Making sure that we can keep strong in our faith. Does that make sense? knowledge is power. Knowledge itself is nothing. Knowledge is only power if you use it. Something I haven't said in a little while. Sorry. I haven't said in this specific way, but I used to say this all the time at the beginning of this. One thing: level thoughts and balanced life. When you have level thoughts and you calm about your decision making, not right or left, not up or down, straight. You're not going to be discombobulated. You're not going to be out of sorts, as it were. What did you write, Lord? Oh. You're not going to be out of sorts. You're not going to walk crooked. You want to walk straight. You want to show others that you can walk straight, because then they have confidence in you. All right. One thing that's important is be decisive in your decision making. Don't second guess yourself. Man, I can tell you how many times that I've made the mistake of second guessing myself, and then I'm wrong, and then I make the mistake. One thing I'm going to show you guys through the video gaming part of it is physically showing you the tactics, the thought process that you need to do when you're fighting an enemy, when you're in a debate, so how do you know, or I'll give you an example. How do you know when to pull away from a debate? How do you know when it's just not, there's no point? Well, when they start calling you names and they start disrespecting you, the debate's over. They've lost the debate because they have no argument. They just have name calling. That's where they go every time. Almost, it's every time. And I've watched so many videos of them debating Charlie Kirk, of them debating. I've been really educating myself. And it's the same thing. And by the way, I used to get it all the time when I debated people. When I met Dwan all those years ago, one of the things that we used to do is have these Bible studies in which I was trying to teach certain things from and try to associate them with other things that you're seeing around you. Dwan used to do the same thing, and that's how he used to run things. Whenever I'd have a Bible study, we'd read a certain section of the Bible. We'd discuss it. We would go into it deeply. The person would have a question. We'd go into that deeply. I'm going to start doing that. It's more important for you guys to be spiritually and mentally strong than it is even physically. Because I'm not physically strong anymore, y'all. That's why I'm going to end up having to buy a burner launcher to protect myself. But I care for all of them. But there's so many lies that people are believing because they don't know what to believe. Are you there? Are you one of those people that you're there, like you know something's wrong, but you don't even know what to believe? Examine the evidence. That's some of the things. Just talk to me. You put comments below. Tell me what do you need to know, and I can try to help you with that. I can't help you with something I don't know that you need help with. You know that old saying. Closed mouths don't get fed. This journey that I'm on right now is different. I've had to change things, and I think I like the direction that it's going to be going. I did a lot of B-roll yesterday, and I was recording stuff. I'm redoing the intros and stuff. That's what I've been doing. But I was trying to figure out what I want to talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about this today And I'm going to be getting into this really deeply. I'm only letting you guys know right now, just over the top. I don't want to get too deeply into it because I don't want you guys to be discouraged. But there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. I want to discuss politics. I want to discuss religion. I want to discuss our country. And I want to make sure I discuss what are the solutions. And the first solution that we're going to work on immediately is educating yourself. You say, well, but they're all listening to you. Educate yourself. Not even myself. You go look up what I'm talking about. If you need links, if you need a direction to go find out, I will give that to you. I can give that to you. I can give you hints of where to look. Lori, my friend Lori, knows too. But none of you are alone. We're not alone. We have each other. Whoever watches this, you're not alone. You got a whole bunch of people behind you. And there's a lot more people fighting than you think. And I want y'all to know that. So this tonight was more of an overview of what I'm going to be doing. And it's not going to be every day, but I'm going to be educating you guys on the news. But I really want you guys to pay attention to right now is pay attention to Portland, pay attention to Los Angeles, anything from Los Angeles, because that's where some messed up stuff is going on, and these people want war with the federal government. Their governors are in on it. The police are in with Antifa. They're not even protecting the people. Those are bad cops. Those are the ones I don't like. And to be honest with you, if you live in one of those states, you need to consider leaving. If you really don't want to fight, you're not going to fight for your state, you're not going to fight for your country like that, if you're not going to fight, you're going to get hurt. They don't care. They want what you have. You're going to give it to them, or they're going to hurt you. They've said it over and over again. Remember, when a person tells you who they are, believe them. If a person tells you they can kill somebody, believe them. It's not a joke. I hope that I can do a good job of making sure that you guys will get educated. And I want you guys to put in the comments whenever I do these videos, I want you guys, so we can have a discussion, I need you guys to talk to me. Not just me talking all the time. I want to discuss what's going on. I want you guys to start paying attention to the news. Talk to me about what's going on, and we can have a discussion. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll let you know whether or not it's necessarily relevant to a certain thing we're talking about, but I will discuss anything. Just talk to me. That's how we can win this fight. That's how we can win this fight. Let me get this other channel started, and we're going to have lots of Bible studies. And then, of course, the gaming channel. So I have a bunch of stuff to do. Like I said, I'm busy. I'm alone now. I don't have one anymore. But I have you guys. You guys give me, I mean, it's a lot slower now, but I'm doing the best I can. So, this is a little thought I'm going to leave you guys on. When you go to sleep at night, question, and only you can answer this, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel satisfied with the world around you? Or do you think something's wrong? Pretty sure most of you think something's wrong. You watch your back when you're coming into the door to make sure no one's behind you. When you come into your house or your apartment. It's not safe anymore in many places. And even in the safe places, they're not as safe anymore. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do. And you got these younger people that think that communism is the answer. They've completely indoctrinated a certain section of the population. Here's the good news. Leave you on this. Young men between the ages of 18 and 18 and 30, I guess, they are actually turning conservative. They're coming towards God. So there is hope. But there's that next generation, the older generation, the next one after them, they want communism. New York City and Minneapolis, Minnesota are about to elect communists as their mayors. That should tell you everything you want to know. And communists don't believe in peace. They believe in oppression and violence. They definitely don't believe in your God. So think on that. I'm going to let you guys go. I want you guys to be safe when you're traveling. Okay? I want you to be safe when you get there. Be aware of your surroundings, especially. It's just be aware. Always be aware. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Again, you cannot possibly know a person's mind. Even the Bible says you'll know what is inside of a man's head. Man does not know man except you understand? Like, it's just not possible. I don't care how close you are to the person. You're not them. Only you know what you're thinking. So let's try to change each other's thoughts. Let's try to think as one. Separate entities, but one goal, one forward progress. That's how progress is made. But be understanding of yourself too. You're not God. You can't do it by yourself. But remember, it's a hand up, not a hand out. Sometimes the answer is no. You can't always expect people to get up on their own. Sometimes they need a hand up. That's fine. That way you can teach them to walk. And remember, life is fleeting. You are not promised your next breath. So take now, go outside your box, and learn something new, and you never know what you may learn about yourself. And until next time, may the Lord light guide you in all things. Goodbye.